the Urambi Hills. Ironic, there's a burning sun behind me, and Bad Company Burning Sun is actually playing. Now that is no coincidence, that actually happened. But I don't want to talk about that. I actually want to talk about the spiritual awakening that is happening. Yes, it's happening, everyone. The spiritual awakening is here. Who feels spiritually awakened? Well, if you're watching this video, you're actually watching me here and now on the Urambi Hills, then you are probably one of the ones that is going through the spiritual awakening, and you are looking for the indications and the confirmations that that is actually the case. What I want to talk about the spiritual awakening has really been going on properly since about September. August to October, I believe it started. A lot of clients have come to me, and I've recognised a pattern, and I recognised even what the characteristics are of this spiritual awakening. And I've learned that I don't go for popularity with the videos, I go with scarcity. I don't get the thousands of people listening to my videos, so I'm not meant to. The way that this is being wired is the few that watch the video are meant to watch it, and are meant to sort of realise that they are of a select few. Because there is a small gang of us that is on this planet who are slightly wired different to mankind, wired a little bit different to the norm, and we are the black sheep. We're the ones that stand out. We're the ones that are basically the vacuum cleaners for all the viruses that are in mankind, meaning we're going to get the shit, the problems, the bullshit from people, the hatred, the jealousy. It's all going to be directed at us, and we're going to have had a life full of it, and we're going to have had our fill, really had our fill of this this crappy, shitty life where people misunderstand us and have a go and constantly popping and attacking us. If that isn't you, then please stop watching this video, because this is actually geared for people who are going through the spiritual awakening. We are effectively a bit like the Viking berserkers, the SAS that are on this planet, a bit like the Norton's antivirus. We're put here to have all the crap attracted to us. So that really, and there's the sun. Hang on a minute, let me get the sun right. No, I can't do it this morning. Anyway, you can see the sun. I'm just being distracted, but I do want to talk about the spiritual awakening and how it affects you, what it's about, and how you're going to get through it, because it's not going to go away. Now that the button's been pressed and a certain part of your DNA has been activated by that thing over there, the sun, by that there, just this thing here, now that that has done its job, it's woken you up, and you can't be switched off again. There's no way back now that the awakening's happened. And a lot of the traits are that you actually feel totally different. Your whole vibe is different. The way that you perceive things is different. And you realise that your place in mankind, you realise your place, you realise your truth. You stand now in your own shadow, and you see how you fit in, and you no longer feel guilty for the downfalls of others. You no longer feel guilty for the way that people are being treated, or people treating you, because they're doing that to themselves. You're in a point now where, let's say, that you really don't give a damn about other people, because you're you, and you are now operating how you're supposed to be. This is the spiritual awakening. It's all about the authentic self. It's all about shedding that false, crappy, separate ego that leads us down the things like the guides and the angels and the angelics and all the protections and all the new age accessories and crap which everybody else is falling for, and they're chasing all their own tails, going round and round doing the same old bullshit. They're all copying themselves, they're all miniature replicas of each other. They're all wearing the same uniform. They're not different, any of them. They're all got the same names, the same information's coming out of them, the same low-key stuff that, and I've mentioned the name low-key then, that's quite interesting, because low-key does actually have an influence here. In Native American, he's a trickster. Indeed, I work with the energies of Loki, or I'm aware of the energies of Loki, and it is anything but spirituality. It's following the norm, following the sheep, and there are a lot of sheep out there, and they're following the same bullshit. They're doing the same thing. They all identify with each other because they can't think for themselves. You who are spiritually awakened are unique. You'll do things your own way. I'm a prime example now. This has been happening since I was a 13-year-old. So I've had like 37 years of this shit. And it's taken me until now to actually realise what it is. I've experienced it, and because I've experienced it, I can recognise it in other people. And there is absolute bullshit out there, and people are falling for it. They're falling for the New Age tags, and they're all the uniforms of the ego of the Loki warriors, and they're not getting anywhere. And unfortunately, we can't change them now. It's too late, because the awakening has happened, and those who are now not switched on are likely never to be switched on. They're likely to have lost the chance, but they never were meant to wake up because they've not got the genetics that we've got. It takes a certain genetics to be able to respond to the vibrations from that thing there, from the sun. The sun has activated a certain part of our DNA, because the DNA is a crystalline structure. Science will tell you this. It's a crystalline structure that absorbs and transmits light energy, light spectrum. And the sun, guess what, is light. And guess what the sun is? It's a generator of information. And its vibration has lifted, and we've got this so-called earth change going on. And guess what? We're now what I call a walk-in. We've got a part of us that's now activated that is different to how we were before. We think differently. How many of you have got memory loss? How many of you are now struggling to actually remember prior to September? Strong memories. Again, if that's not happening to you, then maybe you are watching this video by mistake, but it works on the principle this: if you're watching me now, you're meant to be hearing this information for whatever you're going to do with this information. Now, this is a part 1. I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this spiritual awakening, because I need to go and have a bit of a walk here. I want to take some birdie pictures. I want to put things on Facebook, but I will put this video up. And yeah, you are spiritually awakened, and you've got a real responsibility now to be a vacuum cleaner. A bit like a Trojan horse. It's a bit like the Norton's antivirus. There's a virus out there, and unfortunately, now that you're on the earth plane, you're going to actually attract that virus to you, which means that a load of shit is about to descend. A lot of negative, a lot of psychic attacks even are going to descend onto you, because that is what your soul has agreed to do. You've agreed to absorb this shit. So I'll actually explain this a little bit more in the next video. So this is Matthew James. This is the Arambi Hills, and see you guys very soon.